Hey, hold on real quick. Hold on.
I
Pause.
think we're on.
Oh, word.
What's up, y'all?
What up? What up?
Hey, guys.
Don't
you
at
doing?
me. Episode 33. How y'all feeling?
The
We
Patrick
actually
Ewing episode.
the Ewing episode. Speaking of, I got my Ewing era Knicks jersey on for those that are watching on the video.
What the fuck is that, a Marbury jersey?
Now, how do you get it on big screen?
Starks.
John Starks.
John Starks.
John Starks had to bring it back to the old school. Y'all know, new gimmick, old jerseys.
Oh,
It's really because I have so many jerseys, and it sucks because adults like shouldn't wear jerseys. So
Why?
I don't know when else to wear them. I don't know. I feel like people just don't wear jerseys anymore.
Nah, jerseys is dope.
people still wear them. You know, I think
I want a Nick Van Exel.
You know,
I do too. Knicks. I mean, not Knicks. Lakers.
Yeah, Lakers, Nick Van Exel. I need a Muggsy Bogues and like a fucking Larry Johnson.
I do want like the old school, like something old school Hornets. Though I do have some for y'all next episode. But hey, we got a guest on. We got a guest in the house.
This is not a guest. This is a friend of the show.
Friend of the show, friend of the pod. What's up?
What's up? What's up? One question: how do you get it on big screen for the computer?
Oh, like how do you get the like your view to do big screen? I don't know, because it should do the one where it's like one at a time or like everybody, right?
yeah. Look at the
I
top,
see
top right.
like a panel, like on the right line.
Yeah, so I think it's speaker view, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can see like different views. It has galleries, so you just kind of have to like hover over it, and it'll.
You can do like a faux background and whatnot. Anyway, those listening, we're also on video. Y'all know we're on YouTube. But yeah, continue your intro. You know, give everybody your quick rundown.
What's up, guys? Sammy motherfucking Finch in the house. Well, quarantining and shit because I don't even know if I have COVID because, like, I'm sure all of you and most of you listening have not been tested.
Yeah.
Indoors.
Definitely not.
Texas. Thanks for having me.
Texas is like the most lax too. Like everybody's just like, nah, we're fine now. Let's go out. I saw people in stories like shoulder to shoulder, like it was like nothing different. You know, I'm like, what?
Yo, I saw some shit from a fucking party, like a pool party. It was fucking wild, bro. Like
People wilding.
niggas out here tripping, man.
For real.
And I saw some shit actually at this place called 5015, which is like on Alameda or whatever, but it was on CNN, and they were saying it was like some place in Missouri, like Ozark, Missouri or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? Nah, that ain't it.
Oh, Sammy dropped off. I will text her the link again so she can hop back on. First thing that we had was Karen. So Karen needs to speak to the manager. Have y'all seen all the Karen vibes, all the Karen memes?
Yeah,
There's a bunch of Karen shit going on right now. Karen type shit going on. Did y'all see the lady in the park that's like choking the shit out of her dog?
That's Karen. That's
one of them.
That's one of them. Hell yeah, that shit was fucking wild, man. First of all, I don't even understand that. Y'all gotta give me like some backstory of shit to that. I just like randomly like just saw it.
So I'll talk about that. So basically, I got a lot to talk about with stuff like that.
You got a lot of Karen stuff. Jock's in it. All right, Jock, have the floor. Have the stage.
This period. But yeah, man. So basically, this lady was walking her dog like in a park, and you need to have a leash on your dog to be there.
I saw this, dude.
Yeah, so the dude was like, hey, man, you know, do you mind putting your dog on a leash, pretty much? But he was somewhat like recording her, and then she was like, hey, stop recording me. And he's like, well, no, I'm just recording like in general, you know? And she's like, no, if you don't stop recording me, I'm going to call the cops and say it's African-American male, like threatening my life and stuff like that.
It's not funny, but it's like, I'm laughing because
right. And so she called the cops and was like screaming, oh my gosh, this dude's threatening me. He's African-American. He's hitting me and my dog. And she started choking her own dog so he can make noise and stuff in the background. It's just fucking wild that people go through those extremes because this person is black. You know what I'm saying? And she's like trying to like, you know, like piggyback on other stuff that's going on in the world, which is fucked up, you know?
If you want, I'll pull up the video now.
Yeah, did y'all see the interview afterwards? You see him, he's like, oh, I'm a bird watcher. And like, just so polite and just like non-confrontational. Like, yeah, I'm a bird watcher. And I just thought she should have had her dog on the leash. Like very just responsible.
Right.
Yeah, apparently he works for Marvel
Her
too.
company suspended her.
Yeah, I heard about that. Damn, freaking! Of course, the video. The one time I try to show videos, y'all keep going while I frustrate the shit out of
Yeah, that's basically it. Like that's how it happened, Chance. You know, and everybody else, the viewers out there, listeners out there, it's just fucking ridiculous. Like it really is.
That is fucking ass, man. What's up with people like these days?
Well,
So
my thing is, it's always been like that for I think blacks. When I wrote you, it's just now it's getting more like recorded and like more widely viewed, and people with platforms like LeBron James are speaking up about it more, which I appreciate. You know, but it's like that's always been going on, bro. Like we know that, you know.
For sure.
So the original like Karen thing is in reference to this like the memes basically where people were saying like, oh, Karen needs to speak to the manager. And then it kind of became this whole wave of like, oh, you're white? You Karen. So like, you know, like, but this is the exact kind of like Karen that we're like talking about, like the
Can
wrong.
I add something like devil's advocate? Karen, this hypothetical character we're like talking about. Earlier today, my boyfriend brought up a video, and it was these, I don't know who it was, but I just want to say fucking idiots that just had a dog on a leash and that were walking across a lake or whatever and just kind of like messing. There was an alligator in the lake, okay? I didn't want to see the end of video because that shit just makes me sick to my stomach. And he goes, check this out, check this out, check this out. I'm like, I don't want to see it because I already like know what's going to happen, right? Sure. And I was like, report that video right now. I don't give a fuck. Call me Karen.
That's not a Karen move, though.
That's not really a Karen move.
This is
it's title telling. I feel like Karen is like, I'm like, that was like immediate. I wasn't like thinking about like, you know, I'm like, report that video right now. Like it was, yeah, immediately. Just not.
What's like the Michael Jackson with the baby over the balcony thing? Like, dude, like there's no upside. What are you doing? Like, just hold the baby normal, you know, or don't feed the dog to the alligators. All right, check out the video. Can y'all see it?
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Please don't come close to me. Please call the cops.
Look at the dog too.
She's like choking the shit out of the dog.
Bro. She's dragging that dog. I never noticed. She's literally just walking around holding the dog like it's like in a noose.
Yep, and he's trying to get away, you see.
Yo, what a crazy fucking lady.
Look, it gets worse.
You see, you heard that? Threatening herself and her dog.
You're killing the dog while you're saying that.
Exactly.
Yeah, what a dumb cunt.
Just to prove a point.
And she starts screaming.
Yeah, it's all an act, bro. You know, this is everyday life, unfortunately, you know.
What is that?
Stand up, Chance.
Yeah, what is that, man? That's just fucking sad. I don't know, man. Like, first of all, I think that's like the worst type of behavior that anyone like can ever like, you know, like put out there into the world. Because it's like, first of all, like the guy, all he asked you to do was like put the dog on the fucking leash, and like the bitch is just like, no. Like rape, like what?
Yeah, like
chill out, man. Like what's wrong with people? Like I really don't understand this type of like shit. Like I don't know. Like
their minds, dude. They're losing their minds. I don't know how to explain that. Like, and then it's I don't know.
It's so selfish thing to do what she did because right now New York City is like going through so much shit.
Yeah,
and then
right.
Time for you and your ridiculous entitlement.
Entitlement.
Go home.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Exactly.
Like that's a good point. I didn't even think about the New York angle. Like that is COVID headquarters, basically. So you're calling away first responders to come to the park because somebody's just sitting there recording you without your dog leashed, which you should always have your dog on a leash at a park. I don't always do that. But, I mean, come on. If people were to call me on that, who am I to be like, oh, I'm not doing anything wrong here? Especially to take it to that level to be like, oh, you're attacking me. Like, Nah.
Do you think it would have been different if the person wasn't black? Like, be honest.
Yeah, I don't know if it would have been
yeah.
completely different. I feel like she was one of those, like, she was just looking for somebody to bitch at. But the fact that he was black, I think definitely gave her like oh, well, I might be able to get, I think she probably thought all kind of stereotypes with like, oh, police will come here right away if I say there's a black guy, and like.
That was Central Park, right?
Central Park, yeah.
What the fuck, man? Yo, people like, it's something wrong with people, man. Like, seriously.
Yeah, we'll move on from that one because that one's just too much.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah. So diving into the next thing that I had here, of course, my link wants to hold up and be all janky. Was did y'all hear about Pasqually's Pizza? Are you aware of this?
So I actually read that article, and that's actually pretty fucking hilarious. So like, it's like explain it to the people, man.
All right. So basically, Chuck E. Cheese. Before we get started, when's the last time any of you ate Chuck E. Cheese pizza?
Actually, it wasn't that long ago. I would say about maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
I mean, that's still like kind of long, like it's not, put it this way, you haven't had it during quarantine. And that's
hell no.
Actually,
452nd on the list of places that you would go.
Wait, actually, I take that back. It was about 2 years ago when I worked at fucking Baybrook. Like, for some reason, I was on Postmates, and they had Chuck E. Cheese available, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm about to get a whole fucking pizza from Chuck E. Cheese, right?
So they should have been like, yeah, they should have gone after you. Like, so what happened was, I guess their mindset was like, nobody's going to want to order Chuck E. Cheese, so we need to go low key. We need to go undercover and say that we are Pasqually's. So Chuck E. Cheese put themselves in GrubHub as Pasqually's Italian restaurant. So when people would order pizza from there, they'd show up and it's, Chuck E. Cheese. Here you go, man. Chuck E. Cheese getting sneaky. Hey, Chuck E. Cheese getting sneaky.
Yo, that's some dope shit.
Right now, whatever. Make it work.
I feel like I respect it. I think it's like, all right, if you can get away with it, get away with it.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fucking dope. And what I will tell you though about the Chuck E. Cheese, when I did order it on Postmates, they actually give you like a fucking like a toy or some shit. They're like, like
what?
They gave me like it was a thing that looked like Grimace, but it's not Grimace. It's like discount Grimace. Like the nigga that like be playing in the band and shit with him, like playing the banjo or some shit. Yeah. It was one of those fuckers. Yeah. They gave me one of those dudes. It was like a big plush toy.
I remember my brother Nick used to be so afraid of those. Like, we'd go to Chuck E. Cheese when he was little, and like he'd be looking at me, and then I'd be like, and then face him over there, and he'd just be, I have to turn around immediately. I'd get in trouble.
Yo, Chuck E. Cheese was fun. First of all, Chuck E. Cheese does have some dank ass pizza. Like, by the way,
hey, I'll fuck with the pizza.
I fucks with Chuck E. Cheese pizza. It ain't no Peter Piper pizza.
True.
But Chuck E. Cheese does have some pretty dank pizza.
And like, I like
Peter
the whole
pizza.
I actually like Peter Piper.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, man. Yo, remember that time we were in El Paso and we went to like Peter Piper like 3 times?
Yeah. It's like all we ate. We were slamming that shit though.
I was a Little Caesars person, that's personally.
Little Caesars, like, I feel like if they were a game, like a good location, it'd be really good. But like, not all of them were like that. But some of them, though, like you're right, like that's up there with the best.
Little Caesars always packed.
The pizza location that I've been to plenty of times, the Little Caesars. Recently, I would say in the last year and a half, I went and they have to buzz you in.
Oh shit!
Because of its look.
I was
the Little Caesars.
I feel like there's a correlation though. Like if they buzz you in, that's just gonna be good though. I just feel like
I feel like that should be good.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're accepted.
Like you're blessed. You can have the pizza.
Yeah,
buzz you into the trap house. Shit.
Basically.
Pizza trap.
We got cheese sticks under the coat.
Yeah, it's like some fucking dude. He's like,
this sauce, they don't have this one at corporate, but we do.
I know how we got it up.
So this would have been a better segue from the Karen thing because it has to do with race. So recently, you had Joe Biden talking with our boy Charlamagne, right? So, Chance, I know you're a big Charlamagne fan. They had that long interview talking politics, talking about, hey, what's this election going to look like? And
Right. I actually didn't watch the interview, but
I watched the interview.
Well,
I watched the full thing.
So you can speak to the whole interview. I didn't watch the whole interview, so I can't really say too much. But what I can say is the closing remarks that have Joe Biden in some hot water right now. So just sort of play, we'll go ahead and play it since trying some new things on the podcast today.
what?
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden. I will. It's a long way until November. We got more questions. You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. I would love to see it.
Dude.
Can I say something, man? Like, honestly, that didn't really offend me.
It didn't offend me at all either.
Honestly, I didn't really get upset about that. Like other people.
He actually kind of has a point.
Well, it's not even that. Like, you can't really take Biden seriously. And he always says ridiculous, like, random shit. So I'm not surprised. Mike should be surprised about it. That's how I feel.
Yo, nah, that was actually fucking hilarious, man. Like, Joe, first of all, these are gonna be the funniest debates ever.
Oh,
Like, ever. I can't
Best.
wait for that shit, man. This is gonna be the best shit ever. Like, you thought like last year when like Trump was like kind of like lingering behind Hillary and shit, when he was like following her around the stage and shit. Y'all thought that shit was funny? No, man. These two old fuckers, they're like pushing 80 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, they're about to be like just talking shit, going back and forth. It's about to be crazy. But Joe Biden, I almost said Joe Budden. Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's.
Joe Biden's. Yo, he actually kind of has a point though. In a kind of a sense, because it's like, yeah, are you really black if you vote for Trump? You know, like you kind of getting the shit end of a stick if you are. You know what I'm saying? And like him even saying that type of shit just means like, yo, I fucks with that nigga, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah, my thing is, I think he was trying to make a joke about it. Obviously, people took it too seriously. And
Right.
I don't think he like doesn't not like black people. Obviously, you know what I mean? Like Obama. And my thing is with Biden,
That's
I know
his best
Obama's
friend.
gonna be around somewhere too. You know, so that's where I'm at on it. You know.
Yeah, he's like, my boy was black, so I'm good, right?
Yeah. Yo, that nigga's funny though, man. I think that like this election cycle is about to be like one of the greatest we've ever witnessed in our lifetime. And we've like witnessed some good ones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had fucking, like Bush, and then we had fucking, Obama, which was awesome, and then we had fucking Trump, which was like, like what the fuck? But
Yeah. Wait, what happened? Yeah.
yeah, I was like, but yeah, this is
Again,
gonna be-
I always say that. Look, I don't really have a horse in the race. Like I really don't. I've never really given a shit enough. You know?
Right.
It's going to be the most interesting
It'll
one
be
ever, because especially right now, we're in one of the worst times ever.
Oh yeah.
This time where it's like communication is just everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Well, it's crazy too because you look at like the biggest issues that we have right now. Some are just unprecedented, like COVID. You have some that are really just people like society becoming aware. Like women rights, gender rights.
Also, police too. Like that's something that needs to be fixed. Because for years they've been saying like they're trying to fix that system, and nothing's changed or changing. So that's something.
Well, and this is what they definitely need to do something to revolutionize it, because I can understand if you're in a high stress situation, you go back to your training. You just do like what you've been trained to do. It's programmed, like you're a robot. You're basically like, all right, here's what I do. The problem is when the training is, not what it should be, or if there is an agenda, in some cases it's undeniable. Some places it's just, mistake. Like, damn, I really fucked up. But regardless, that just tells me the process is the issue. That's what you got to fix. Like, I'm sure there are good and bad police, but I think more than anything, it's some of the places where what they're being taught, they're usually following what they're being taught. It's the what they're taught, which is the problem. You know?
I can see
And
that.
even like if you think about like all the Weinstein stuff, that stuff that was just like okay. Like I feel like Cosby, all his stuff was like he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. Like with the times, I'm not saying that makes it okay at all. What I'm saying is people are so much more aware now of what's going on and a little bit more like, damn, like that's not okay. You can't do that. Whereas in the past, it was like anything goes. So now it's like the focal point of all of our issues are kind of on fixing like the foundational stuff that should have never been a problem to begin with. So it's so weird and backwards. And the best part is both these guys are so aloof and like out there. And I mean, it's like we're in a movie, like a simulation.
I was thinking that too, bro. It is like a real life movie, but it's real life, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Like it's
our lives. Yeah. Like they're responsible for us. Like what? That's nuts.
Yeah, how do you feel about it, Sammy?
What in particular?
Just about like everything, like that's happening right now, with Microsoft.
I feel like very similar, like going to business school. I feel like it is a leadership thing, and in the thing that crumbles at the bottom of the cookie that like crumbles or the chaos that happens is a result of its superior, and which is a result of its superior, and so on. So now that everything is so apparent and widely spread communication, like back to what you were saying, Mike, it's a leadership thing. When your president is not taking responsibility, and then puts a responsibility on the state, which is, that's in the Constitution, by the way. This is
right.
the United States, not like a dictatorship. And it goes on and on and on. And so it's like a state thing, and then it's a city thing, and then it's a county thing, and then that's how they train the police officers. And then it's like a cultural thing. So if you were like, oh man, that motherfucker was like doing XYZ, like I worked like, let's go back to like at a pizza place. Like if I saw someone doing one thing, I knew it was the wrong thing. Like even touching people's food, like I always made sure to have gloves. No one was watching over my shoulder. It's like it's in your mind. It's kind of like a
common sense.
Yeah, it's like how you were raised. It's like, okay, how are these police trained? Who's taking responsibility? Hey, like let's get to the source of this problem.
You know what I think? And that's great. I agree with everything that you're saying. I think it needs to be better, like accountability on you as a coworker. If you see like, your other person not doing something that's right, you should get in their ass or tell them, hey, bro, like, what are you doing? I'm not seeing enough of that, like accountability, like at all. So I think
there's a lot of nonchalance. I think it's not my problem. So why am I going to get involved? And, but then it's crazy because you'll have like the Karen situations where like, it has nothing to fucking do with them. And then they're like, they make a problem out of something. I think so much of it has to do with like what that person's mood is in the time. And it's like, that doesn't excuse our actions, but I think that's why people just lose their fucking minds sometimes on certain times and not just all the time crazy. But I mean, I also look
educational system. Like we should have some things that are standardized and not standardized testing. I mean, some standard core classes in every institution. Like how about ethics instead of history? Like, I mean, that's great. But like you're saying, you're spending the same time on something that is irrelevant and being tested on something about dates. It doesn't really matter or characterize you or will help you in the future. But ethics is something that is just like later on as an elective.
I've been banging on this drum for years. Like they'll teach us about Paul Revere 13 times, like every fucking year, kindergarten all the way through senior year. Like, okay, I get it. Paul Revere, the British are coming. Economics for, a semester in high school, government for a semester. Home ec was an elective I didn't take. Shout out, Jock. I think you took it, right?
I didn't do
like, where's the class on taxes or like you said, ethics or like, like there's
trait, like learn like a real trait, something that's gonna like, benefit you.
Yeah. How to actually apply for student loans and scholarships. Like I didn't know how to do that. My dad was like, "You figure it out." I'm like, "I'm 17. I don't know how to do shit yet." So like,
you ever heard of the saying, "You teach a man to fish"?
yes,
Right.
Love that saying.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you feed a man a fish, he eats whatever. You teach a man to fish,
Eats forever.
you lose a business opportunity, and a lot of times it's about business.
It is, yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. It's like, and this is just going back on shit that we've talked about 100 times in this podcast. Sound like the old guy at the end of his patio talking about these kids these days, but it's true. Like, they don't have as much that I need to learn how to fish because they were handed the fish. And I mean, to our extent, we were handed a lot of fish too, but I mean, there was a lot of shit that we had to read encyclopedias, using card
MapQuest.
I mean, like, we sound like some okay boomer, like, you know, future boomers, but like, it's true though, you know, and it's crazy. We're so efficient now with everything that we do. We're bored. We have so like little shit to do that everybody just like looks for problems. And I think that's why you have more of like the Karens, and you have like the outrage, like, and like the legitimate outrage that comes from shit like, you know, what happened with the guy that was running, you know, a couple weeks back. Jock, you put
Ahmaud Arbery. Yeah,
Ahmaud Arbery. I didn't know his name. I wanted to make sure we said his name, you know, show some respect. So thanks for that. But, you know, it's shit like that. It's just like, and again, that's not a justification, but I think people just, we're so efficient. And that's the one silver lining I will say about, you know, that, hey, don't at me. There's silver lining to this quarantine shit. But one of the things, like, it's forcing people to get outside and walk. And, like, we're almost kind of becoming sick of technology. I know I am. You know, and it's like.
I am for shit show.
I mean, shit, we see the numbers. People are listening less because people are kind of, like, sick of content in general. And, like, they're just going out and about, and they miss that human interaction.
It's, like, too much of it.
Too much. Yep. Too much anything is bad. You got to have a balance, you know.
I mean, even in the podcast game, like, I mean, this shit's like oversaturated. You know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, you know, like there's just, I mean, and that's with everything. I mean, how many late night talk shows there are. You know what I'm saying? That shit's oversaturated. That's like every fucking thing. There's too much of like all this bullshit, and like I don't know, like I don't know, like I think with like the, you know, training and, you know, shit like that like, I don't know, we as a people, like as Americans, as just people of the fucking earth, like we just gotta like start to like fucking like kind of like look at our neighbor and, you know what I'm saying, like kind of just like take that shit all in and like take care of like each other. Like we gotta stop fucking like just
being bystanders.
Yeah, we gotta stop being bystanders. We gotta stop being the people that film like the shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit right there is getting out of hand too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree.
Like it's just, I don't know. There's too many people in this world right now. Like too many smart people or people who think they're smart for like this type of shit to like still be kind of going on. You know, going back to like the fucking Karens and then like the guy Big Floyd. Who actually
R.I.P. Floyd.
R.I.P. Big his name's actually it's George Floyd.
Yeah, it's George.
George Floyd. Yeah, he's actually from Houston. He's from Third Ward. He's actually from Third Ward. He used to be on Screw tapes and shit back in the day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like rapping with Screw. Like, and like that shit right there. I didn't watch that video because I'm kind of like I'm not like desensitized to it or whatever, but it's like I don't want to see that type of shit because that'll make me like go out and like, you know, like it'll make me mad. It's like watching Rosewood or watching like Roots or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that type of shit, you know, but it's not art. It's real life, you know?
And I keep on it a lot, man, on my Instagram, you know, about everything that's going on. So listeners out there, viewers, if you want to know more information about it, you know, go to my personal Instagram, Jacquees Castle. You know, you can see more stuff, you know, it's petitions you can actually sign, stuff that I have, like links, so you can be more educated on it.
Actually just
the handle again?
Jacquees Castle, just my first and last name.
It's right there.
I'll spell that out. You know, it's JOCQUESC and then CASEL. That's it.
Jock's always vocal, and I appreciate that you share news, like actual factual, occurrences. A lot of time I would know about this because I'm kind of, I'm in the matrix. I'm the dumbass eating the steak, not wanting to know about the shit going on out there. So I usually avoid it, but like I appreciate when you all send me stuff because otherwise I wouldn't know because I'm usually like, oh, it's all happy-go-lucky. Nothing out there actually big bad happens. But
I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. I'm trying. That's all you can do is try to do the right thing. It's like Chen said, and Sammy, we're humans and we have to be better leaders. It all starts with leadership and just knowing that we're all human beings. And like, if something is wrong and you know that's wrong, stand up for it. You know what I mean? Like, just do the right thing.
So all right, I'm gonna do an abrupt subject change because we're getting deep. We are though. It was good. It's good stuff. But I wanted to talk. We're talking about people that are bored with way too much shit on their time. Jason DeRulo, why are you so bored? Dude, so he can't stop making an ass of himself. I'm not hating, let me be clear. Whenever we cap on people, at least with me, like I'm not capping. I'm not hating. I'm just like, come on, man.
Acknowledging.
Yeah, just like I said, I'm not capping. I am capping. I'm not hating, So like, we'll start with this one. Jason DeRulo. First of all, we'll just watch the video. So he literally takes he takes a drill, puts a corn on the cob, puts it on, starts chewing it, and it chips his teeth. Wait, one more time.
It's like, what do you have to do for clout, man? Shit people do,
So that's one thing, and again, it's the TikTok shit.
Yo, wait, time out. I saw a meme, or no, it was actually a Twitter post from like some person I like follows. Like, yo, it's like when I get back in the row, I'm sucking dick. This is like it shows that video. It's like,
all right, so this one's like he's still definitely bored, but it's like this one's at least a little bit cooler, I guess. But still, what are you doing? So he jumps up. It's slow-mo video. He jumps into a pair of. First of all, there's sweats. So like, why?
I'm honestly, bro. I just think this dude's corny, bro. I always thought he was corny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I always thought he was corny.
I always thought he was a corny dude. Like, period.
Trap Soul really wasn't that good. I do see that he's hanging out with Jennifer Mays though. Like that's all right. You got my respect there. But yeah, guy's a fucking cornball, man. And that's what it is with these guys now. Like kind of like the 6ix9ine type shit. It's like their talent isn't like enough to like get them over in the world. You know what I'm saying? You got guys like Drake who like just does music. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a Drake fan at all. Y'all know, I'm all documented in that. But like the dude doesn't have to do antics or like any other shit. All he has to do is drop music. He's relevant. He's been like that for like 12 years for that guy.
Dude, so
with everyone else in the last like 4 or 5 years, it's like, okay, I'll start with this shit and then like, okay, let me do some other random ass fucking shit, and like I'll stay relevant. Like with 6ix9ine, with fucking Jason DeRulo.
Wait, isn't DeRulo our age though?
Probably.
Our age group.
Probably.
Should be like 30 or like late 20s.
So Jason DeRulo is, so he's younger than us by like months. September 21st, 1989.
Yeah, 89. See?
Damn.
Not great.
So I can't find the video here, but I know it happened because Emily went. So y'all know he was at the rodeo 2016, right?
Yeah.
For real?
So when he rides off on a fucking horse shirtless. I can't find the video, but Jason DeRulo's so bored.
I wonder what he's like in real life. Like he could be like He shouldn't be losing his teeth right now, but
Yeah, and look, again, I'm not hating. Look, cool, do what you do, be famous. I'm just capping, but it is funny as shit, like seeing how bored he is. Cause
Yeah, and like you said, Sammy, like maybe that can really be his personality. It's just how he probably is, and I don't fuck with it personally, but other people in the world obviously do, you know. So
He's just that out there guy.
yeah,
The guy that's just like,
he's the guy that does anything you dare him to do.
right.
that is true.
Okay, go dance on like Good Morning America. All right,
And then he'll sing about it.
All right.
oh wait, I said Trap Soul. That's Bryson Tiller. Why do I always get those two mixed up? Bryson
Yeah,
Tiller
I
and
was
Jason
wondering,
Derulo.
Crap, so what?
Why I always get those two mixed up?
Jason Derulo would be that one where you're like, oh,
What?
dude, don't invite him to the party. Last time he did an Upper Decker, he sang about it. You have to invite him. Like, he's doing
The Upper Decker.
yeah.
Yo, y'all gotta put me on. What does Jason Derulo even do? Like, what does he sing?
That wasn't it that what you say, right?
I don't know. Well, Sammy, do you know?
He sings that song?
I actually like a few songs, and he also dances.
Oh yeah. He's all like that.
More like he's like a I bet he's like his inspirations. I feel like are probably Usher. You know, like a
You know,
Yeah.
he's actually Haitian. He's from Haiti.
Oh
who is?
wow.
Jason Derulo's Haitian. He's from Haiti, so like he's from like the
Feel
island.
my Haitians.
So that's probably like he has it dancing in his roots because of that.
Sabase.
So
Shout out to Haiti.
next thing I have on the docket, also pop culture, is Lana Del Rey.
Lana.
Lana
So
Del
I think
Rey.
it's Lana. I think
It
it's
is.
Lana.
It is. I was being a silly goose.
Yeah.
Lana Del Rey. She had the recent thing in the news. Y'all know what she did?
We might have to talk about her and Doja Cat actually, but yeah, I know what she did.
Yeah, they're tied together.
Yeah. Actually, bring that shit up. Put me
So,
on.
Jock,
game.
you do the backstory while I pull up the specifics because I'm hazy on the specifics.
So some of y'all can actually help me out because I don't know like the full like details, but basically Lana was slamming a bunch of artists that are like number one right now, like Ariana, Grande, Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion.
Mhm.
Who else? I'm forgetting like a couple more. But
So,
basically,
yeah,
most of them
Cardi
are,
B,
like, Cardi B
Kehlani,
yeah, Kalani too.
anybody who has had number ones with songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, fucking, cheating, etc.
But people had an issue with it because they feel like it was all women of color that she was targeting, which I don't agree with that. I think she was just naming people. It happened to like be like that, ironically. But I don't know, man. I feel like she just kind of like hating from a real shoe. Like that's what it is, like just hating.
So she said,
I feel like Lana has to hate though.
well, she asked if she gets criticized for having songs about. She said, "Can I sing about? Can I continue singing about my past, my dark past, without being crucified or saying that I'm glamorizing abuse?"
But
See,
look,
a lot of her songs are about that, you know. So I think people were critical of that, and she's like, "Y'all hating on me, but y'all can talk about sex and cheating and sleeping around and get number one singles."
And here's the thing about the whole
other people she mentioned, they also get so much criticism.
Exactly, I was gonna say that, Sammy.
Like you say at me, like keep going forward. You don't have to tear other girls down, women down.
Right.
While you're trying to move up.
Exactly.
True.
Facts.
Now,
everybody's going through shit.
She tried.
Like, what did she say? So like, yeah, gotta give me a quote or some shit.
Yeah, I did. I tried to be clever and like intertwined it in, but basically, she came out and was like, "Hey, that's cool that like all these girls get number ones for glamorizing sexuality, and y'all try to rip me for making songs about abuse in my past." And people took that and like, "Oh, you're hating or whatever." Like you said, like, "Oh, these girls are either Hispanic or black." But then she clarified her thoughts to be clear, because I know you love to twist things. I fucking love these singers and know them. Hashtag that. I don't know why she said that. That is why I mentioned them. I would also like to have some of the same freedom of expression without judgment of hysteria. There you go. By the way, the singers I mentioned are my favorite singers. So if you want to try and make a bone to pick out of what you like, always do of that, like you always do, be my guest. It doesn't change the fact that I haven't had the same opportunity to express what I wanted to express without being completely decimated. And if you want to say that that has something to do with race, that's your opinion, but that's not what I was saying.
I think it's a temper tantrum. That's my
Yeah,
opinion
who,
on
I
that.
think so.
who like upset her? Who pulled like?
Yeah, I think she was just reaching. Cause
Yeah.
who the fuck was like?
I know
dude,
everybody's pissed. Like nobody gave a shit.
Like nobody cared. Yo, I hate when artists do that shit. Like when they're like, "Yo, everyone." I mean, I maybe it's because like I'm such like a niche guy. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of stay in my own bubble or whatever. So like I really never like kind of know what's going on like outside of shit that I don't care about. But like when people talk about shit, like when they're saying people are talking shit about them, but like no one's talking shit about them, that shit like bothers me. I don't know why. It bothers the shit out of me.
It should though, because like nobody's talking about you.
Yeah.
You're not that important. I'm joking.
And Lana's like pretty cool. Like
I fuck with Lana. Yeah, I like her music.
Yeah.
I do too.
That's surprising that she said that shit. I was shocked. Like Lana, usually she's like chill and like just Lana, So like
Yeah.
her to say that, I'm like, dang, bro, you having like a Azalea Banks moment. Azalea always saying shit and like, oh, what about me? All this time, So it gets a little bit annoying,
We are back from earlier, and now we're getting into random thoughts. Before we jump into random thoughts, though, Jock reminded me, I totally just like blanked on it. Me, Mike Silva, we got Chance in the house. Chance.
What's up, y'all? It's
Blend
Chance.
in,
That's me.
and of
That's my
course,
voice.
Jock.
Yeah, what up? One and only.
So forgot to introduce ourselves, and then we really didn't tee up you too much, Sammy. Like we you introduced yourself, but like we didn't really talk about what you do, your vibes, do your plugs, how you found out about the podcast. We talked about it a little bit before, but we screwed
How you
up.
found out about us?
Pod. We didn't say it for the pod. That's on me. So let's just jump in. What's up, Sammy? Give everybody an intro.
Sammy
Again.
Finch here, chilling, Corona Lisa style. I know some of you guys can't see this, but I'm drinking out of a mug that's Corona.
They were quick on the merch there.
Yeah. Of course. Heard about you guys. No, so I'm tight. I'm just staying in. I don't need a applaud when I walk in.
Okay.
That's dope. Okay.
Cool. Good old friend of the program and
I've
whatnot.
been a friend for a very long
I've
time.
been in Mike Silva's wedding. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess and then the funny thing is you knew Chance probably the longest, right?
We went to high school together.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then like you look at how we're all connected, it's just funny how
Yo, Sammy used to throw the best fucking parties. Like straight up. No bullshit.
Yeah. They called them majors back in the day.
Major.
Huge fucking parties. Like Project X shit.
Yeah, well, ZZ Top used to live in the house, so it was Project X shit. Yeah, it was.
It was like before Project X too.
I don't know how I coordinated all that at like 16.
Nah, it was just like so many people, so many of us, like we all went to like different schools and shit like that. So we used to like, I'll just like camaraderie and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like link up, bad bitches link up,
So digging into random thoughts. So the first one that I had, actually LeBron had his uninterrupted. They kind of did like we're doing, like exactly the same, same quality and everything, same, whatever. Who cares, LeBron? But they were basically talking about, The Last Dance and MJ. And of course, LeBron, I feel like he's kind of been quiet once all this stuff has been out and about, the MJ stuff. So he's kind of been like the Homer Simpson in the pond, bushes. But the thought they kind of talked about was LeBron and Jordan not necessarily as adversaries or up against each other. What would they be like as teammates? Now, if you think about it, LeBron has all of those. We talked about this 2 pods ago. LeBron has all of those Magic Johnson qualities, more of a distributor, gets everybody else involved, happy, fun-loving guy, probably pretty fun to hang around, whatever.
More of a team player, from being real with you.
Team player, right?
Yeah.
Then you've got Jordan, who's more of that killer, like Kobe is built more in that, I still have LeBron better than Kobe, but you know, Kobe was definitely cut from that cloth of Jordan. He's still like that same kind of like killer type, right? The alpha, the one that he's probably going to want to take the last shot at the end of the game, that kind of type.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at LeBron and MJ as teammates,
Yeah,
the skills should kind of go with each other, right? So I don't know, Jock, you rubbing your chin. I think I see the thoughts, the wheels kind of spinning there.
yeah. My thing is, man, like with two alpha males, you know, like I just don't know how that's gonna actually work because they both want to be the man. Especially like LeBron, he's great. I love him, but he can't. I don't see him playing second fiddle to anybody, and of course MJ's not. So I think they'll clash like a lot with that. Of course, LeBron will make it work. I mean, but obviously, I don't think it's gonna really like mesh well just because of that, you know.
Yeah, I don't think they could have ever played on the same team together, and not that they wouldn't complement each other very well. But it's just that I don't think that I don't know. Like, okay, so wait, all right, so LeBron running the 4, and Scotty's running the 3.
He can run anything though.
I mean, I know he can, but I'm saying, is he running the 4 and Scotty's running the 3?
I don't know if we include like Pippen and everybody else. I think just like in a vacuum, LeBron and MJ, if they were to just like be dropped into 2020 as, you know, 23, 24-year-old, peak of their powers, kind of, you know, peak athlete, whatever you want to call it, could these two coexist?
They'll be Jordan's team, in my opinion. It'll be Jordan.
It'd be Jordan's team.
Yeah.
Right, that'd be kind of hard now. I'm just thinking about it because Jordan criticized people that weren't great. LeBron's great. So, but he also doesn't listen to, and Jordan was more, they just have different kind of parenting and were parented differently. It could have been the best, but it could have been so disastrous.
That is true. Like, I feel like Jordan's the type, he'll find something wrong with somebody's game.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Scott, like he gave himself so much credit in the documentary for making Scottie Pippen tougher. Like, yo, you know, Scottie needed a little bit, you know. But I mean, to Scottie's credit, he did kind of say like, I did need that a little bit. So I mean, it was kind of like both. But like, I feel like if Jordan was like trying to tell LeBron, like, hey man, you need to be doing this, LeBron be like, what? Like, you know, and LeBron's in there with his huge entourage and like agents and shit like Rich Paul that like the rest of the team is probably like, what the hell do they do? Like, would you have kind of like a break? Now, the good thing is, from everything we've heard, they're both, you know, model citizens, no drugs, you know, they just kind of go with the flow.
Not that we know of.
Well, I think let's just say that about Michael Jordan. You know, Ron still.
Man, Michael Jordan got high, man.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is.
Michael Jordan smoked fat blood.
His eyes.
They're permanently red.
Yeah.
Jordan can't have some skeletons, but that's not about that. It's about basketball and your skill set. And I feel that LeBron is naturally skilled athlete, huge. He's jacked. Like he went to the court, he could just do it. Michael Jordan's a hard worker. He wanted to constantly improve, and that's why he, you know, Kobe looked up to him.
Yeah, like would Jordan see that as like, man, LeBron's the best passer. I need to be better at that. Like, I need to pass better. You know, like, would he somehow, like, some way?
I don't think so, because Jordan thinks he's the greatest. You know what I mean? Like, we all seem like a man. Like, that's Jordan's mindset. I don't need any more improvement. I'm fucking great. I'm the GOAT, you know? So, with that said, like, yeah, man, I think he'll come at LeBron, like, too much. And LeBron will, you know, I think LeBron's a little sensitive at times when we wrote you. And Jordan was not sensitive on the court, like, at all. So, I think that would have rubbed him the wrong way, too, you know? Like, all right, chill, like, back off pretty much.
And the other thing, too, I didn't really even much think about was, like, LeBron or Jordan's best friend was either his dad or after his dad passed, the team manager. I forget the guy's name now. But
his other dad.
Would that be any kind of a weird, you know, like LeBron's like it wouldn't be LeBron and Jordan. It'd be Jordan and him still with, like, LeBron and his posse, you know. Now on the court, different story.
Yeah, court, yeah.
But it always comes down to the egos. You know, the Pat Riley saying the disease of me.
All that crazy shit, and Jordan was like, "You showed up." Like there wasn't really headbutting, according to that documentary.
Right. I think it'd be like just if you could see them together on like a dream team, like that would be.
It wouldn't be fair, bro. I would love to see that though. I would love to fucking see that. I'll pay.
LeBron would be finding ways to just find him in the corner and shit, you know, or driving, you know, LeBron drive in and just dish it out real quick.
Can you imagine though, like LeBron and Jordan, just like really think about that on the same team? That shit's
Everybody just
crazy.
be like,
I need to know who the people around them are, though, man. I can't just like see just them two. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to know who the fuck running point. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it Rajon Rondo out there, or is it fucking like like John Starks or somebody? Like who's on this dream team?
I'm gonna take it a step further. Anybody else? Like,
So it's just 2-on-2.
I don't know if it matters though. Like,
everybody else.
I mean, they'll find a way. Look,
2-on-5.
LeBron has been to the finals with like Danielle Marshall as his second best player. So like they'll find a way, like they'll find a way to make it happen. Now the only question,
Booby Gibson.
yeah, exactly. So that's where the question comes in. Like the ego is really more than anything. But anyway, next topic that we have here. Chance, this one's right up your alley. So
What's up?
there is a company that is called Refraction AI. And as, COVID is upon us, companies have to revolutionize and figure out what they're doing. So they are minimizing close contact exchanges with people by having a robot food delivery service. So this little Wally machine will come up, drop the food off, and then go right back to business. So I mentioned you because I know you've had like the whole like we're in the Wally phase, and I'm trying to give life to your theories here. That was one of them.
That actually sounds kind of dope. I think that well, for one, I think that we are kind of still going towards that automation and things like that. I don't believe it on like such a huge scale, like where it's actually like every company is gonna have fucking robots and shit. Oh shit, that shit looks dope as fuck.
Shit, like.
Wait a minute though. Nah, I just want that. Nah, that's what we need to go towards. That shit looks dope.
What does that cost though?
So yeah, like what does it do? Like, all right.
So
it
they
just rolls
build
on
and
the
deploy robotic platforms for providing safe and scalable last mile goods delivery in urban areas. And it's a startup that is based out of University of Michigan.
Okay.
My brother got this, by the way, but that's bullshit.
What?
Yeah, that's dope.
Wolverines. And check this out. It'll go into bike lanes. It's all weather. Look, they got this shit riding in the snow.
And you can't open it, right? Like once it's closed, I heard something about that. Like it's closed for good, right? You got to put like a little code in or whatever.
That's badass. And here's the size and weight. So definitely smaller than a car. This is stupid though. It didn't really tell you which one is which. Hey, website, change it. Oh, there it is, right there. Rev. Okay.
Rev, yeah.
Yeah, I like the concept.
That's a dope concept, man. Just imagine if motherfuckers are all right. Yeah, have any of y'all ordered food like since been in this shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Paid twice as much for it.
Do y'all let the people like do y'all grab the food from the people, or do like y'all like let them drop that shit off on your doorstep?
I feel like most of them
they run away,
yeah, most of them do that.
So the apartment here has made a policy where they used to come up to the door, but they drop it off at the concierge, and then there's paper around, so they drop it off, and there's like a no touch policy kind of thing.
Okay.
And so you go and get it, and then come upstairs. That way, there's not in and out of people up and down the building.
That's smart.
That's for sure.
Stairwells.
Nah, this is actually a really good idea. Like I said, man, this is what like the shit that like we were gonna be going towards anyway. Like this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Wally and shit. This is like Uber Eats without the fucking Uber.
You know what would have been the best like prank though is if he climbed inside of it.
Yo, yeah.
Surprise!
Hell yeah. Yo, I wonder, could you would that be like a easy way to get like a cab ride or some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, say like you could fit in that shit, Like me, like I'm pretty small, Sam, we're pretty small, you know what I'm saying? Like we could get in that shit,
Strap on, put your rollerblades on. And just,
yeah.
That should be fun to ride in too. And look, it's kind of big too, you know what I'm saying?
Be bumping over the speed bumps and shit.
Sure, like people are gonna fuck with it though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like the dumb people that also like burn animals. They would like hit that for no
they're
reason.
gonna fuck with it.
For own boredom.
Karen.
Amazon doing the drone thing, the drone deliveries. Remember
That's
that?
wild.
Yeah, what happened with the Pizza Hut or Domino's or somebody supposed to be doing that shit too? Like a few years ago, they said they was gonna like deliver shit with drones.
I can't remember if they did or not, or if they just talked about it.
Now they're just saying that they won't touch your stuff. But
Rev text.
Yo, but I mean,
Hey,
like,
she lying. She got 2 Revs in the phone. One's texting her late at night, like, "Where you at?"
yeah.
Rev 2.
Hell yeah.
Oh, baby, it's that app again. You ordering food right now?
I'm coming.
Girl, you need to come drop off some Burger King pronto.
how much is a kayak cost? Like one of those little things.
I don't know.
I would imagine it should be a lot.
Yeah.
We have to order a lot more, and then the numbers show that it makes sense to fund that kind of system.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm all for it, but I don't trust in humans though, because I know like humans do stupid shit, So
I would.
Yo, what if you come out and the fucking Rev got like his fucking wheel missing and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like
spray
fucking.
paint, somebody
Ouch.
Wait, hold on. Everybody start talking over each other. Who said something?
What? Nah.
Yeah,
Alright.
sick.
You probably heard a parallel universe. So did y'all hear about NASA apparently said they found theoretically a parallel universe?
Yeah, I did hear some shit about that. But lay it on me.
So I'm going to read this article here. Basically, it says the internet has done it again. Today, it abounds with stories from tabloids that say that NASA has evidence that proves the existence of parallel universes. Obviously, exaggeration. There's no evidence of a parallel universe. They just basically found that theoretically we may have spotted a parallel universe going backwards in time. All right. That's the headline, which is why people took it and ran with it. But I guess we just spent some time talking about parallel universes. So before I'm going to dig in and get the specifics on this one. But I've always had the theory that, like, they do exist. My thought is, it's basically think about all the different possibilities, simulations. Like, it could be the same thing, but instead Chance is wearing this jersey and I'm wearing that shirt, like little things, butterfly effect, right? I feel like that does exist, deja vu and things like that could exist. And I feel like all those things can exist within theology. So people are like, oh, that's God. I'm like, hey, God can make shit like that happen. But my thought is like, the only way you'd be able to tap into the other ones, if you were to tap in, that would basically almost kind of be like time travel. Everybody's like, what? Lost on this.
No, I think everybody needs to just watch Interstellar. It explains.
I mean, yeah, it kind of does. Like that speaks of like if you're going fast in the speed of light, you're technically like your minute in the space rocket is different from like the minute on Earth where we're just going.
Define universe. Like universe is scientific, and universe is like the stars, and the universe is X things that are defined as planets, and now Pluto's not a planet. Like something surrounding, still rotating the sun, right?
Right.
What's the universe, Chance? Are you looking it up? Like,
this fucking plane is flying over my shit.
I can't hear it.
But,
okay, cool.
But I think like a parallel reality, a parallel universe, other beings and socializations and civilizations happening. Duh, like that's happening in our ocean, like, and we don't even know about it.
That's the truth for sure. Like the ocean is another universe. And to your point, like the question is like, what is a universe? It's a reality, right? But like even that, like what the hell is reality? People always talk about psychedelics like DMT and mushrooms and things like that bend. Sure. So like things that bend your actual perception of reality, like, okay, are you tapping into a different state of consciousness? Like, is reality just your consciousness? I mean, obviously that makes us larger and more important than we are. But I mean, it's true, and I think that. And again, I don't know shit. Everybody listening should know I don't know shit.
It's all opinion based, guys.
But
Not
I'm thinking, like,
experts.
if I go from, like, if you were to find a way to go to an alternate reality, that would be the closest that you can get to time travel. Because I don't think there's any way to actually go backwards in time. But if you were to look at, like, a parallel universe where, like, this paper is over here instead, you can go there and you're not going back in time. You're just going to another universe, you know? I don't know. These are the kind of things I think about in the shower.
Bizarro world, in a sense, bizarro world.
I kind of see it like this. It's like, yo, all right. So, say, okay. So, like, I think, like, in my kind of, I don't know, mind of what, like, I think what a parallel universe is kind of like is like, yo, okay. So, say like, say like we're taking like an Uber, right? And like, say like we have to get in like the red car, right? But a blue car pulls up, you know? And it's like, yo, well, what if we would have gotten that red car? Like, shit would have been different. Like like you said, the butterfly effect or whatever, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I think that like really like parallel universes really kind of it's all about choices, about what we make in our universe, you know? Like in a way. I don't know. Like none of this just makes sense. But anyway.
It's true though. I mean, like our reality is kind of what we make it. You know, your happiness is very much just your perception of those things around you. So
I think, yeah, like back to what you were saying, I believe in parallel universes. I think we all do. But I think the mind is a very powerful thing. Like the mind is so fucking strong and make you think that things are there that are not there and vice versa. So I think back onto what you were saying, Mike, that it's all like in our mind, our consciousness, you know, how we perceive things, you know. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a whole nother world, like a bizarro world or whatever. Like Jack was
I think it could be.
I mean, it can.
Whatever you have in your mind, once again, you know what I mean?
So how do you explain deja vu? I know people have tried to explain.
It's a glitch in the Matrix. Duh.
So if it's a glitch in the Matrix, then all the other theoretical possibilities then are presented as alternate realities, alternate universes, like different results in a different search query, basically. So, I mean, I don't know. We've talked like crazy, like, you know, hits blunt ones type shit like this before. But
I think it's a dream, bro. Maybe you had like a dream of something happening and then it happened like in real life or some shit, and that's deja vu, you know, or
someone's real life. Yeah. I don't know. And one thing's guaranteed, you guys, that's change. The only thing, for real.
Yeah, change is the only thing guaranteed.
Yeah.
No, like something grows from nothing, literally. Like, so you can't say, oh, matter is they're going to be the same way. Like, you literally can grow and prosper. You literally can change. People change all the time. Well, who's to say that a world can't change, or you can't make a building, or plant a huge tree, or build a skyscraper, or something that flies above, like a plane, or bikes, like shit. It's like,
well,
that's pretty deep. Yeah, that's pretty deep.
And so much of reality, whether that's actual perception. Well, when they say perception is reality, I believe in that, because I feel like when you believe something and you basically just decide this is what it is, you can make that happen. Now, within reason, like I can't decide to fly, you know, that doesn't work. But, you know, if I'm like, hey, I've decided I'm going to dedicate myself to fitness and doing this and that and this and that. Once you make that decision, the perception basically is the reality. You can make that shit happen. But again, so much of it comes down to that decision thing. If you don't actively decide, then it's like, you know, all kind of possibilities can happen. Once you're like, this is what it is, it's like, all right, now I have like a clear path to the end point. But again, it can always scatter.
Your last name was right, and you were like, I'm going to fly one day. And you built a plane, and you flew. And people didn't think you could fly, and it was physically impossible. You're like, no, but I built a tool to do it.
That is true.
Do y'all remember those movies, Final Destination? You think those are parallel?
Yeah, that was badass.
I do, because I feel like there's like Final Destination shit like just waiting for me. Like in the backyard, there's just like a loose limb just hanging. I'm like, nah, not today, not in this universe. You know, like just shit like that. I'm like, that somebody else will catch that one. But
I'm good.
yeah, I'm gonna chill on that one. So the last thing I had in, really,
back to parallel universe. Have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's the goal.
Yes.
Yeah, Rick and Morty's good.
Yeah, actually, no, that's a really good point because that kind of does open up your mind to like a lot of the theoretical things that people have spoken about with parallel universes, and actually seeing that in action, like what would that look like? And it also, with the whole like, okay, if you kill Rick or Morty in this reality, like look at all the shit that happens.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Who said choices? It's all about choices.
I did. I said that.
Mm.
Yeah. Everybody got choices.
You
ever seen a movie about 3 6 Mafia Choices? It's a good one.
I've seen that one.
No.
So before we break and do our deep segment, we'll do one more quick random thought, which I had, which was I miss Vine. Now, I think everybody's kind of got this Vine nostalgia to a certain extent.
Yo, TikTok is just Vine.
It is. But here's the difference, though. Like, I realized that. So where I'm going with this is like, I miss Vine because it was to the point. Here's the punchline. Go. I hate, like, most of the time when people send me Instagram videos or Facebook videos or anything like that, maybe I'm one of those, like, kids with, like, the short attention span. I'll watch it and I'm over it. I'm like, all right, I get the joke. I get the gist of it. Now you're going to make me, like, sit through the final 80% of this video. I get it. I like Vine because it gets to the point. The thing with TikTok is it's basically like the pop version of like Vine's Black Twitter. Like if Vine is like Black Twitter, TikTok is like pop music. Like I feel like TikTok could become Vine if it got that Black Twitter touch, but it doesn't have it. So I'm just a man with no Vine, a man with no TikTok.
TikTok needs an option to like the Vine page.
Yeah.
Where it's under 5 seconds. But the TikTok, the way they do it, I love seeing stuff that I would never have come across.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They just need an option of like, oh, today I don't feel like watching any like a whole 30 seconds because my attention span is 4. You got 4 seconds to entertain me. And if they added that addition, maybe collaborated with Vine, the original makers, I don't know though.
Something like that. Well, we know that they're going to have to revolutionize at some point. If you look at somebody like Snapchat, I mean, they changed even before they would need to change. So that'll happen eventually with TikTok. Right now, they're in that just get subscribers phase. But I don't know. There's a disconnect. I don't feel it as much. I don't have the love.
Well, I actually on the last episode, actually recorded on Saturday or whatever, but because I forgot to do it on Friday, every fucking Friday, whatever. But I had my friend, me and Nico's friend over, who's like 10 years old, and I was like, "Yo, like, let's talk about Vine. I mean, not Vine. Let's talk about fucking TikTok and shit like that." And like they were telling me all about TikTok, like everything, and I had like Caden come sit in on it and everything like that. And so like they literally explained me all about the drama and shit. There's a bunch of drama on TikTok, apparently. Yeah. I don't know. There's some kid that made a diss track. Fuck, I forgot his name. His name was like, wait, what?
I'm just kidding. I'm about his age. He's like diss track. Like already.
Oh yeah, he's probably like 16 or some shit like that. No, actually no. They told me he was like 18 and he tried to holler at this girl that was like 16 or some shit like that. But like he was like already like dating her already or some. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Like fucking TikTok's weird. Politics. Vine was cool. Like I wish that shit would come back.
New social media stuff is interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I mean Instagram kind of like took away. Instagram was literally every social media platform in one. If y'all ever noticed that?
Monopoly.
I wish you could retweet.
Yeah, I wish you could. You could like, yeah, I wish you could link in that shit too. And they need to realize that they're like kind of in the music business as well. You know what I'm saying? Instagram. Because like all right, my shit's always getting like if I'm like going like on live or if I'm going on like making a video or whatever the fuck I'm doing, my shit'll get blocked in like certain countries. You know what I'm saying? But because of like copyright and shit like that. But it's like, why are you guys like you don't want promotion for your music? It's not like I'm saying, yo, this is my music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. They gotta fix that shit because like that's just stupid. And how they're also like you know how people are doing these like verses on Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
Like people are their own shit is getting cut off. Like I think it was the Nelly and Ludacris verses or some shit like that. One of their like lives got cut off because they were like playing like their own song or whatever. But it was because of the like BMI or some like ASCAP or some shit like that, like blocking them. It's like, wait, like I have royalties to the song. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Like the internet has to fix that shit.
Jock, you're not a TikToker, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, TikTok to me, like I tried to create one, but it's just too confusing.
It's advanced. It's advanced. I feel the same, and I can openly say this. Before TikTok launched, they reached out, and I was like, "What? I don't know what's going on to do the videos." Still, it's been how long? Like a year now. It's been out. I think it's great. I just don't know how to use it.
Right, and I'm probably like stating my age, but yeah,
I was just gonna say we're the old guys now.
Yeah, I don't want to learn how to use it. Like I'm kind of stuck in my ways, So.
Well, what I learned about it though, actually talking to those kids last week was that TikTok is actually Musically or Musical.ly, whatever the fuck that old. It was something like
a business. They're like a music thing.
It's okay. There was an app called Musically. It's like music.ly.
Yeah, like or something.
Yeah, where like people would just like lip sync shit. That turned into TikTok.
Yeah, I think that must be where they get the licensing for all like the audio.
Yeah,
like,
that's how they got. That's why it took off like so fast or whatever, because like it was already one app and then they just like rebranded it.
Everybody already subscribed. Like what?
Yeah, I will say this about TikTok though, like it's a good platform for like artists, like musicians, to like drop like new songs. Also to like find new songs too, because a lot of songs I haven't really heard of until like TikTok or one of those videos comes out or whatever.
You know what I think is gonna be the next fucking thing for artists, the next platform? It's already out there, but I think that like music artists are gonna have to start using it. OnlyFans. Like people are gonna have to start like putting their music and shit on there.
That's a good point. I mean, I don't know why
you get paid more.
Only ass. Like, there's so much more uses for it.
What you said? You don't understand why it's only ass?
Yeah, like it's used for more shit. Like there's way more that you can do with it. It's like Patreon,
right?
OnlyFans started off as a British like thing though. It's like
yeah. I want to do an OnlyFans where I just read books to people.
Wait, what's OnlyFans, y'all? What is OnlyFans?
OnlyFans is like
you don't know what OnlyFans is?
No, I'll download it though.
Nah,
Sam, I don't know if you want
to. Good time to break. We're back. We're talking OnlyFans. So if y'all just left off on the random thoughts segment, we closed talking a little bit about OnlyFans, and Sammy said, "What? What's that?" So we're doing a pivot here in the Let's Get Deep. We're still getting deep, but we're talking OnlyFans. I don't even know where to start. Who wants to try to take a stab at this?
Chance, go ahead.
I don't know what OnlyFans is. I can't remember. I didn't even research it. And
good. Good.
You did it? All right, cool.
The most strongly worded person was Chance. So preach. What is this?
All right. So what OnlyFans is like pretty much it's a subscriber-based platform. Pretty much that is like where people do sexual acts on it, and it's for like their subscribers and shit though. But all the time, it's really not sexual acts. Sometimes it's just like feet pics. is just like
Fetishes,
fucking
fetishes.
like it's just like random shit. It's whatever whoever the fuck is running their shit wants to put out there for people to subscribe to.
You may like see some like midgets like sucking people.
Yeah.
Like, just like different like
the cup kind of thing, which I also turned away from, never saw.
what was it?
Like, remember the 2 girls in 1 cup when that was trending?
Yeah. That's
But I guess like in theory you could have like a super gross fetish OnlyFans and like have just stuff like that on there. Like that would fit, but mostly it's just like you like somebody on Instagram, they probably have an OnlyFans where they're showing everything, or maybe more than they show on Instagram. So like,
some of them, like from what I've heard, some of them do finesse you though. They don't show anything else that they show on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Finesse you.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
My family's too conservative. Now I get bitched at.
And that's the thing. So
People
I
say
gotta
that
get an
don't
alias.
care, but I care.
yeah. So okay, yeah. So like, even if you were to get one though, I feel like there's probably still that stigma, which I don't think there should be. I think you should be able to use it for anything. Just like, hey, we want to have a podcast OnlyFans. We're like only people here. You could do that in theory. And in fact, on the website, it's just showing like a bunch of fitness and like some like artist like guys like in their little gift that's animating like, hey, here's what we do.
That's a cover up. So one thing I'm gonna say, bro, like, I think it was actually meant to like be something else, and then we just turned into like some sexual porno shit.
Well, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying, but the numbers on Pornhub, I've heard.
Yeah.
Heard.
Bro, they making money from this though.
We've all heard.
That's why it's free. If it's free, it's making money from something.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's my question for fans only. For the people on it, I guess, for the accounts, does it increase or decrease their value as per whatever they're doing?
It actually increases it because like sex sells, right? So if you send like titties and ass or like whatever, it's like promoting like a fantasy and a certain like illusion, and people will pay money to see that because you have all these old fuckers out here. Like, yeah, I'll pay to see feet or whatever, So,
they might have that shit.
Like I say, I want to read books on that shit. I just want to like literally like just like, hey, subscribe to me, and then I'm just gonna be reading a book on a video and whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's actually a lot of strippers that took advantage of this. So during COVID, strip clubs are actually closed, so they're like, how can I get money? OnlyFans, So they do dances.
Or hey, don't knock the hustle.
Oh, I'm not at all. Like they're getting their money.
I think about them. Like I'm like hurt. Like I think about not just that, but as I was, worked in a restaurant for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing for strippers, but for like they have more to pay for.
Right.
And people don't realize that. Like just because they have this one car, like they probably have 2 kids, and like you just
baby daddies.
No, strippers make bread though. I did the math one day on how much they make.
I did the math.
No, for real, I'm like they make a lot.
No one knows their math. They're like Trump records. You don't know they make way more than you think.
Yeah, no, I have some stripper friends. They told me how much they make, and I'm like, oh shit.
So you got stripper friends, Jack?
Yeah, I do. And they're like, oh, I make on a good night, I can make like within a week like $6,000-$7,000 like in a week or some shit, something ridiculous. And I'm like, really? You know what I'm saying? So they making about 70-80K like a year easily.
John, all right, so started Googling male strip club salaries.
Yeah.
So like Sauce Walker and his like a bottom bitch.
Bambi.
Oh, Bambi? Yeah.
Sauce Walker. No, that's
yeah. So they apparently made.
Princess, they went to the same place with me. Just saying. So let's just not.
Wait, say it again, Sammy. Say it again.
I say shout out to the princes and everyone affiliated. So like let's not get too deep about the Sauce.
Mob ties.
Yeah.
Yo, but apparently though, they Sauce Walker and Bambi, they made like an astronomical amount of money like with their OnlyFans. Like I think it was like upwards of like $500,000 or some shit like that. Maybe $250,000 off of like OnlyFans and like whatever the fuck they're doing on there. And like the thing is, there's like no set parameters of what you do on there. Like it could be anything. Like I said, I could be on there reading books or like just looking through my refrigerator or some shit like that. And like, you know, if you subscribe to me, you paid me already. You know what I'm saying? So like say like you work out, you could literally put workout videos on OnlyFans.
I mean, you could.
You know?
In theory.
The difference between that and Twitch, because now Twitch has IRL, which is in real life. I'm not a gamer. My parents gave me books and shit. Like I really am not very good at them. I like Mortal Kombat because you can just press a whole bunch of shit and then like maybe win. But on Twitch, a lot of people make money. Y'all all know the #1 YouTuber,
Ninja.
I mean, financially, yeah,
Right.
it has to do with gaming.
Right.
And so now Twitch has has adapted and grown into IRL, which is in real life, and people can subscribe to you and donate to you.
Oh,
So, but that's a lot of money. Like $500,000. Like, what's the difference?
But with Twitch, can you do sexual things on there without getting banned or like censored?
I don't know. I think they have a lot of rules.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's exclusive to gaming, but I know that it's primarily gaming. I don't know.
No, I built a canopy on my Twitch. You got donated like $3.
Oh, that's dope.
I mean, I was trying it out when I was in LA because I don't game, but.
So all right. So I have a question though, because like, all right, I'm single or whatever. But y'all aren't or whatnot. But would you guys like date someone that had or has an OnlyFans?
This is an.
I'll start.
Who are you talking to, Chance?
I'm talking to everyone. Everyone here.
So,
I'm asking a question.
Yeah. You want to start off, Sammy?
Yo, Mike. He's the one.
I mean, I probably wouldn't start dating somebody that was on there. Like I wouldn't try to like get close because I don't know, like if you're gonna be showing it to everybody, like I'm not special. But I almost feel like if you were in a committed relationship and then you're almost like, yo, it's time to hustle and make some money, then it's like, all right, maybe I could be like
seeing both sides of the coin. I got you.
Yeah, you know, but like not like going in. I don't want to seem like, oh, I'm better than that. But
to me, bro, like I would do it. I would have no problems doing it actually, because to me, like you have to like trust who you're with. You know what I'm saying? And like players get chose at the end of the day. So if your chick leaves you for somebody else, then like you got charged to the game. You know, at that point, that's my mentality. You know, if she's getting her money, I'm not knocking that. Now I do have a problem if she's entertaining a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like when she knows somebody's trying to get at her.
Show me your feet, head baby.
Right.
Hey,
She's
baby.
like up late.
Make money off conversation.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, it's that whole mentality. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm for it. You know, like get your money. That's our money at the end of the day. You know.
What's the lady's perspective of this? Would you? What if old buddy was like, hey, so I'm gonna start swinging my meat on cam for like $10 a month? What's up with it?
I would say a word that shouldn't be said often and kind of laugh, but I guess you have to think about it in a different like way. So what is the thing that girls like look down upon? So that's what like guys like if your brothers or your friends like when you introduce your girlfriend or to your friend or your mother or father, this is your profession. So in my perspective, I would say it's dating like a drug dealer. You got to get your money, right?
Right.
You don't really understand the whole reason why and stuff like that. Ultimately, I think it's like, is this long term? You gotta hatch that out at the beginning. Like, is this long term? Like, don't go in blinded. Like, hey, is this a like? Are you really paying your tuition or are you not paying your tuition? Like, do you have an addictive personality that loves the green? Like, you know, it could be. But some people, strippers and drug dealers, both you guys, I want to say, they need a certain amount of money and they do it, they get it, and they get the fuck out.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle too. Like they have that lifestyle of strippers and like the dealers and shit is like luxurious. You know what I'm saying? Like the houses are nice, they're living good. So they can't have a 9-to-5 job because there's not enough money that quick coming in. So that's why you never get like regular jobs from your road trip. You know
don't date a nympho that does this kind of shit. Don't date an addict that sells drugs.
Right. Yeah, you gotta, like you
Morals
said,
of
you gotta
life,
like
right?
What was that?
I said the morals of life.
yeah,
That's it. That's as simple as it is. It's just those two
Practice,
things.
guys.
facts.
Well, hey, we got to wrap it up here. We're running short on time. So thank you again to the lovely Sammy Finch for joining us.
Thank you, Sammy.
First time we've had a guest in a long time. So great
Yeah,
having you on.
I don't think we've ever really had a guest outside of the Crispy Boys, right?
Not really. And
Not really.
I mean,
Nah,
yeah.
you're probably like the first guest, right, Sam?
Alan, those are
Nope.
the
Angel, kind of Angel.
yeah, ish. Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of a crispy boy.
Well, Sammy, we'll have you on again very soon, hopefully. Great episode, in my opinion.
Really good.
My opinion, but anyway, wrapping it up, visit us online, therep.network. You can find us on social, Instagram, Twitter, at therep.network. We are on Facebook now, Repertoire TPN, like the podcast network. But just go to the website. You'll find us wherever you need to find us. Look for us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, subscribe, YouTube, all that. Thanks for tuning in. See y'all next week. See y'all too.
Hi, guys.
Bye.